you is, do you believe Russia would join forces with the United States to actually eliminate the CCP?
You know, Miles Guo, once again, when I first met Miles, Miles was a student of history. He's particularly a student of when the Chinese Communist Party partnered with Nixon and partnered with Kissinger, and how that, that brought to a close the Sino-Soviet war that had been going on for so many years, and really put the Chinese Communist Party into the American camp. Now, we understand that that had longer-term negative implications for the Chinese people, right? Particularly that the default position of the Bush 41 administration was to back Deng Xiaoping and the Chinese Communist Party during the riots in Tiananmen Square and the riots throughout the nation. Mm-hmm. However, what it did do was break the Soviet Union and crush the ability of the communists in Russia to run things. And that had tremendous benefits for the Chinese people over time, because if you had kept the Chinese-Soviet relationship, I think China would be much more impoverished today. I think they'd be actually in worse shape than they are under Xi and the Chinese Communist Party. What Miles has recommended from the beginning, Miles was always wanted to say, look, you've got to take a big picture here geostrategically, and you've got to reverse this. To the degree that you can get Russians in a rapprochement and in some sort of alignment with the West and with the United States, that is the way to basically thwart the Chinese Communist Party's going from East Asia, trying to be a hegemon in East Asia, to try to be a hegemon on the Eurasian landmass. And this is why the Chinese Communist Party, particularly with One Belt, One Road, and all these trillions of dollars of debt they've taken on to the detriment of the Chinese people, but to the benefit of their increasing geostrategic advances throughout the world, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa and in Latin America and through many parts of South Asia, that it's now more important than ever for us to do this realignment. It's going to be very tough for the United States to do some sort of strategic partnership with Russia. There's just too much difference between the way the KGB runs things and the way we run things here in the United States. But that doesn't mean there can't be a rapprochement of like interest. And the key interest, as Miles Guo pointed out, that the interest is to make sure that the Chinese Communist Party does not take from becoming a hegemon in East Asia to become a hegemon on the Eurasian landmass. Because if it becomes a hegemon on the Eurasian landmass, it is 3/4 or 2/3 of the way to controlling the world. That's why I think this is so important. And the next step is clearly to make sure that they don't continue as a hegemon in East Asia by keeping a strong American presence, particularly a strong American commercial presence, a strong American naval presence with our allies in Japan, in South Korea, and in Taiwan, and obviously the Philippines and the littoral nations around the South China Sea. Your audience should understand, I think it was Lenin that said there are decades in which nothing happens, and there are weeks in which decades happen. We are living history right now. Mm-hmm. These major realignment, the things that are going on in Ukraine, the kinetic part of the Third World War, the Chinese Communist Party, with its economy falling farther and farther behind every day, instilling this new kind of nationalism, this Marxist nationalism that really focuses on driving the West out of Taiwan, is increasing in intensity every day. And I just tell your audience, you should stay tuned. New Federal State of China does an amazing job. On Getter, your daily news, I think, and I've asked you guys, is some of the best snapshots of news coming out of what's happening in China and East Asia. I think it's better than the Asia Times. I think it's better than the South China Morning Post. I think it's better than the Financial Times of London. So wow. I couldn't be happier where this is going and the quality of information. I would just tell people you should daily be on Getter. You should be on Getter to make sure that you're getting everything from your daily news site, watching your shows on New Federal State. And, of course, please watch The War Room, where we do so much live coverage now from Trump's White House to give you a play-by-play on the making of history.
Sign up for free and be part of the movement.
It isn't just an app. It isn't just a social media platform. It's a community.
Download Getter right now.